This is Islamic regime foreign policy. Many of you which follow again news know that for the last 20 years, we've seen this nuclear crisis. Every week you hear something about a negotiation taking place to limit the mullahs in Iran not making a bomb. And this is ongoing. The other one you hear is about missiles program. So the Iranian oil and gas money, billions, have been diverted to these projects where people have been starving. Nuclear facilities, billions, billions, and billions they will spend on these facilities. And for a country which is rich on natural resources, I mean, it doesn't need a nuclear plant for electricity. Missiles program. And recently, again, on the news, I think many of you have heard about the drones that being used against the Ukrainian by the Russians. And in the next picture, you will see again, the alliance that have been made between Russia and certain other countries, as an example with Syria. They formed a partnership, and we've seen more and more the Iranian relying on Mr. Putin, and Mr. Putin also has been getting some help from them in terms of missiles and drones. Again, Iran has been, its foreign policy has been disturbing the whole Middle East. Whether it's been in Iraq, they have had their own militias, their own support groups, and every time they do not like a minister, they send their militia out to change whoever is in charge. Okay, and again, the rivalry between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Every now and again, you will hear in the news that some drones have been sent to the oil refineries in Saudi Arabia. And not long ago, we saw, don't know whether you know Mr. Jubair, he was the foreign minister, and there was a plot to kill him in New York that was unfolded. This is a picture of one of the drones that has been sent to Ukraine, to Russia, to be used for the war with Ukraine. Another foreign policy, if you like, that Islamic government has followed is its number one enemy, the state of Israel. And the whole Middle East politics has changed. Politics of Middle East Iran was more than a stabilizing force in that region, became now one that initiates anything but diplomacy. Okay. Yeah, again, more drones. Well, these figures are rough. I cannot say for sure how accurate these are, but again, seems to me that there might be more, but reported 450 protesters were killed, but 20,000, now they say 21,000 people are in jail. Yeah. In one day alone, in the Baluchi region of Iran, which is border with Pakistan, a huge region. On one day alone, about 82 Balochi people were killed in one demonstration alone.
Professor, I'm going to have to wind up fairly soon, so people have got time for questions.
Do you want to go faster now?
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, I'll stop.
You tell me.
Okay. I think that one is, I've got two, three slides after this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This is just to reinforce that this is not about just about political change. People are not just asking about, like change of figure in number 10. Mr. Boris Johnson goes, Mr. Sunak comes. It's not about that. It's about changing the whole system. And I think one I talked about, the title was Paradigm Shift, and I have used that as a title of my talk today, is because the ancient ideologies, orthodoxies, thinking is not working today. And that's what I mean by paradigm shift. The young people of Iran are thinking differently. Their thinking is along the side of global community. And as a result, now we have reached to a stage where, the old values are being questioned. It's not 40 years ago. People are not obeying with the same rules. The young generation are not accepting these rules. So ultimately, it has been a rejection of a system. That's my main message tonight. Experimentation, if it was a very costly experimentation, that has been rejected. This is not the paradise. And now people want a separation of state and religion. They don't want religion to interfere with their everyday life. And they all, in every document that I look at from opposition groups, the Charter of Human Rights seems to be the main item on the agenda. And if, and this is a big if we see that change, if we see that quantum leap, that would have far-reaching implications. Primarily it would be for Iran, but for its neighboring countries, for the Islamic women, and as a result, lots of atrocity that you saw, international atrocities, they would disappear. So I think it is to the benefit of everyone, whether they are in United Kingdom or they're living in United States or anywhere else in the world, that we need to see the back of these people and say, thank you, you've done a good job, you've done but time is up. And I think this is my last slide, yeah. And I think, again, this message I see with lots of communities, lots of people across the globe, all are standing with the brave women of Iran. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. I
Thank you, it was really interesting. Can I stand up and just ask if anyone has any questions they'd
I
like to
suppose
ask?
one question above all. What do you think is going to happen?
Pardon?
What do you believe is going to happen?
Well, for me, it's very simple.
I'm so
The
sorry,
genie
sit
is
down.
out of the bottle. The genie has been out of the bottle for a long time. The only reason that the genie is being suppressed is that you've got machine guns that every now and again start shooting at this genie. But the fact is that I do not believe and I do not think that the system can carry on like this. They cannot carry on with the killing of youngsters in the streets of Tehran.
What mechanism do you see will stop it?
Taking power, changing the government, changing the system.
Insurrection, revolution.
I wouldn't call it revolution. I know a lot of word is used, revolution. For me, Islamic revolution is enough for everyone. That's, we don't want even the name. It's so much negativity attached to what revolution means, destruction, meaning everything. I would like to see change with the majority consent. And we will seeing that lots of people from the other side coming over to this side of the floor, as it were.
I've got a question that's because I think it's the women in this that have been like the catalyst, it seems to me, that it's the same the brave women of Iran and other places, because they really have been brave. But let's say in next week everything has changed and the government has changed and
The system,
will they still be looked at as being equal culturally? Will they not have made it? Will it be like, okay, thank you very much, let's go back to where we were before?
Well, one is that obviously we see from a statistical point of view, we've got more women in Iran. We've got 85 million population in Iran. By birth rate, there are more women than men. There are more women educated now than ever before. Many are in professional jobs. Many of them work outside. And as a result, it is only the system that is not giving them equal right. As far as the society is concerned, one thing that you see, which is quite significant, in all of these demonstrations, you see the Iranian men are side by side. In other words, they have the support of whether it's brother, father, their male partner. So I see this as a fundamental change. As I said, I call it paradigm shift. And I do believe this is quite different to what we've seen before, because the society has changed, whether it's through the use of internet, whether it's through people going to more universities, whatever might be the reason, the society has changed. You cannot put the genie back into this bottle.
Did you say that you don't think a revolution would be the right way to do it? It would presumably then be elections, and how could you then guarantee elections will be fair? I mean, we look at many countries like Myanmar where they have elections, but they mean nothing because they're not fair or just.
Yeah, well, obviously, we are not there yet, but my response to that question is simple. If the international community and international observers coming to act as referee among the population, and there is a free election, then you can say that's a reliable form of election. But we are not there yet, and it would not be a straightforward, I don't think, just yet, let's go for a free election. There will be lots of battles yet ahead.
I'm sure you're right.
Yeah.
What's the best thing that we can do?
Well done. Yeah. I think that's a very good question. I think what I have seen that this is again remarkable. These atrocities been going on for 44 years, but this has been the first time in the last 4 months that I have witnessed that not only the British public, but also the British press, if they're not been busy with the royal family disputes, they have